I think what may be one of the issues is what happens when a Sikh girl is found out to be interested in a Muslim man. What happens? One second. What happens when the Sikh community tell their youngsters, tell their women, stay away from these Muslim guys, yeah, and they're demonized? Don't you think that makes the Muslim guys more attractive in the eyes of the young Sikh girls?
Yeah, look. There is a problem. Like, you raised an issue about the community needs to start kind of, really looking at this issue from our point of view as well. And yeah, I mean, there is this kind of like, if a black guy come into a Asian Sikh family, he might have a bit of trouble getting married, but he'd get married. If a white person comes, there's some kind of white privilege, they'd accept him with open arms. They'll love them. But when it comes to a Muslim guy, they will not let the marriage go ahead. And if it does, there'll be like massive fallout from all sides. And so, yeah, there is this history between us that is very, very, what I call toxic.
It's a religion known for peace and inclusivity, but divisions and tensions are stirring amongst the Sikhs of Britain. This temple, or Gurdwara in the English Midlands, was occupied by 55 Sikh men, determined to stop a wedding between a Sikh and a Hindu. Eventually, armed police surrounded the temple and arrested these men. 2 have since been charged. There have been many similar incidents across England in recent years. Deepa was amongst the 55, and he says he'll carry on disrupting weddings at those temples which allow mixed-faith couples to perform the Sikh marriage ceremony, or Anand Karaj.
We're not against any interfaith wedding, out-of-faith wedding, however you want to call it, because people have gone to registry office and they can do that. But in a religious building, you have to understand the religious principles and the guidelines.
So where does this leave couples like Nav and Robin? He's Sikh, she's not. They'd like to marry in a Sikh temple, but worry their ceremony will be disrupted.
Some people associate the beard and the turban with religious fundamentalism. I think this isn't the correct way of doing or going about these protests. What would be good is an open dialogue. Take off your balaclavas, sit down with the community, and let's all find common ground.
Sikhs have long been seen as a successful community in Britain, hard-working, outward-looking. But these divisions within the Sikh community come at a time when questions of integration and identity are so sensitive here in Britain and across the Western world. At this temple, also in the Midlands, Gary has presided over many mixed-faith weddings, but regrets that with the threat of protests, this may not be possible in the future.
The spirit of Sikhism is one of tolerance and love towards others, and a view that all religions are paths to the one divine. And by excluding people, then you're sort of contradicting your own ideology, your own beliefs, and that's sad, really.
The Sikh Council, the largest body of British Sikhs, has ruled that temples should not stage mixed-faith weddings, but has also called for an end to protests, leaving young Sikhs struggling to reconcile their faith, their Britishness and their own emotions. Barnaby Phillips, Al Jazeera in the English Midlands.
Regarding the video that Sikh Youth UK Birmingham has put out, I am the actual victim they are speaking about. Everything that Deepa and Sikh Youth UK has said is false. 1. I did not prostitute myself. I stole and I shoplifted to fund my habit. 2. I was not introduced by Pakistanis or Muslim guys. I was introduced to drugs by a Punjabi Sikh guy. 3. I went to get help to the Gurdwara and they banned me from the Gurdwara. 4. Me and my family have made a very conscious decision to move to Spain and get better help because here there is better resources. Sikh Youth UK did not help in any way. They did not relocate us to Spain. All they did was come home, listen to our story and create a fictional story for their own purpose. We are talking to solicitors and we will be suing Sikh Youth UK.
From a Sikhi perspective, that doesn't represent us. That's not what Sikhs are all about. Sikhs at the end of the day, Sabat Tapala, we respect everyone, we look out for everyone. When you start picking off on people just because they ain't wearing a gara, or they're Musliman attending an event, where they forget the fact that even the knee pathar of a mandasa was laid by a Musliman. Guru Nanak Dev Ji's partner, who followed him on all the journeys, was a Musliman. At the end of the day, we've got to be respectful. There's bad people and there's good people. Identify the bad people and target the bad people. No problem with that, right? But at the end of the day, we've got to a situation where there's so much negative things taking place that I think a correction is due. Now, whether that organisation, as I'm hearing from everyone here, and from Herman and the other things, if that organisation wants to do good, and it has been doing good in certain places, then fine. But the negative elements need to stop. The individuals leading that organisation have to step down or move out of the area, full stop. Is what everyone and look, brothers and sisters, we have to stand up and address this once and for all, because it doesn't represent who we are and what we believe in. Yeah, so thank you very much for everyone attending.
We're here to serve and protect, man.
You stole 15 grand off me 20 years ago. It's not done one day's work, right? So I can tell you many people liar.
There's a lot
I spent 8 years trying to tell people here in the West Midlands what he is and who he is.
There's a lot of stories that are starting to come out, right? And so
he started his drugs enterprise with my money in '99 when I was in Pakistan doing seva.
This organisation.
All know about what he's like. All know what he's like. Bad time is gone.
So that,
you know what? I second that, bro. We're gonna kick him out of Birmingham. This is our town, not his. He can go back to London, where he come from. He's a troublemaker. He's out of Birmingham. That's the bottom line. If he pops his head up, everybody here is gonna stand up to him. He is not a bunda. He screams when he gets the kappa. Okay? He's not a bunda. I say that now. This is old school here. Old school and the young school. And we're not having none of it. This is our town, and we're taking it back. Sippe, you know where to go. You know where to go. That's the bottom line. We're having none of it. Yeah, one of his names is, I don't care, is that chance. Today, you pop your head up in Birmingham again. Believe me, bad. Okay, guys. Why good you can
A couple of years ago, two sisters from one family, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੱਡੀ sister ਸੀਗੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਗੋਰਾ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਰੰਗ ਸੀਗਾ, you know, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ, ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸੁਨੱਖੀ ਸੀਗੀ, and the other one ਉਹਦਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਪੱਕਾ ਰੰਗ ਸੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ, bit dark like me. So every time the mother or the father or anybody, they used to praise that young, the older girl. Ek kamba kar diya, pad diya, kabla kamra di, roti pani paka le di, all the good. But with the other one, the younger one, she didn't get any praise or anything like that. Now when she moved to East London to university on, I think it was Queen Mary's. She went from the Midlands into London, and within 3 weeks, she was approached by one of these religious shoshpas. When we got involved, and when we got involved,
we went to see the Bengali. We just couldn't understand कि साड़ी लड़की, साड़ी टी. How the hell did she fall for this guy? I mean, किसने रोटी पकाई है क्या? You see the tawa? And you think, how the hell did this guy manage? How the hell did this guy manage to take this young lady, and within 3 weeks, he was able to manipulate her, able to get into her head, able to get into her heart. It took us 1.5 years to get that girl back. But this only took him 3 weeks to do. And when we started talking to the girl, she actually told us the whole story. I was never appreciated at home. I felt pretty low. I felt I was never loved. And then this guy approached me in the university. I was away from home, and he showed me attention. Lavish flattery. You know, Sony bought. And that Sony then the mark fed them. You know what I mean? It's like a drug. Tell a woman you look nice. If you tell a woman, I get scared from my wife. When she wears something, a new suit, and she says, how do I look? Even if I don't like it, I say, you look nice. So she's happy.
So the forced conversions narrative is embedded within the British Sikh diaspora, and all my respondents interviewed recalled this story and subscribed to the various plot devices it entails. The prologue of the book actually introduces readers from the start to this particular discourse, as it's central within this conflict. Such a narrative continues to circulate despite a lack of evidence to support its claims. It's a cautionary tale which describes the threat of Muslim predators lurking on university campuses, ready to lure vulnerable Sikh girls into the folds of Islam through disguise and manipulation. And the basic stages which were continually repeated are as follows. So first, Sikh girl is away from home and family. As she goes to university or college, she gains her independence and freedom and starts going out drinking and clubbing. Muslim man befriends her disguised as a Sikh. He uses a Sikh name or wears the ghada and even drinks to fool the girls into thinking that he is Sikh. According to this narrative, the Muslim man is also given an incentive for every girl he converts. It's often said that there's a cash prize and a secured place in heaven, despite his drinking. They form a relationship where the girl's groomed, they fall in love, and when emotionally attached, he reveals his true Muslim identity. The cracks begin to show, and as she's being pressured to convert to Islam, family ties are cut and she's trapped. She tries to escape, but compromising photos have been taken of her to use as blackmail, or she's impregnated, thus can't risk shame in the family. Finally, she's beaten up or taken to Pakistan to work as a prostitute, and no one ever knows of her whereabouts. So this narrative framework can be seen articulated by the respondents that I interviewed. For example, someone said, since I've come to university, I've heard from my mates in Birmingham and Leicester about Muslim guys trying to convert Sikh girls. They've told me Muslim guys will go out, wear the ghada and even wear a turban and have a fake Sikh name. And then when they go out, they'll chat to Sikh girls and stuff, and then the Sikh girls will obviously think they're Sikh guys, and slowly they'll get manipulated. And this was quite a common theme emerging. So the central element of the forced conversions narrative is the idea that Sikh societies are somehow subverted or threatened by Muslim powers to comply with these predatory practices of Muslim men. Such a narrative works to reproduce the historical antagonisms, and it's a tale, I argue, to rescue the Sikh community from moral decay,